And good afternoon, race fans. Welcome to race number 7 of the PC of the C. Let's try it again. Wow, I can't talk. Of season 2 of the WRA Oreo Cup Series. I almost said PCSRA for whatever reason. Sorry about that. Yeah. We're here at Michigan International Speedway for a very exciting race here at the Michigan International Speedway. We're going to have 50 laps in our two races, the Culligan Oil 200. So, two races of 100 miles coming away for these drivers. Mark Underhill starts on the pole position in the number 66. Mark Underhill, 53rd in the points. It has been a very struggling start to the season for Mark. See if he can turn it around. Alongside of him is Monica Burns in the number 97. Kelly Boston and Vanellope von Schweetz in row 2. Kelly Boston is making her third start of the year, whereas Vanellope von Schweetz could not capitalize on the misfortunes of the drivers ahead of her in points. She fell all the way to 17th in the standings. There's a look at your starting grid over here to your right. Or not starting grid, your point standings, excuse me. And here's your qualifying results. And this is, by the way, Group 2, so if anybody forgot your drivers are not in this race, they're in the second race of the day. Time to get these cars rolling off. It is time to go racing in the Irish Hills of Michigan. Let's go over your top 10 in the point standings, presented by Golden Corral. Samantha Jones is the points leader, but she took a big hit in the points. She's only 42 points back, or ahead of Courtney Lind, who's second in points. Jesse Art moves all the way up to third in the points. Reggie Fogelman, fourth. Kyle Langland, fifth. Zachary Fitzwater is sixth. Nathan Orman, seventh. Dylan Ibrahimian is eighth. Hannah Percy, ninth. And Zachary Taylor completes your top 10. A couple of our former winners at Michigan, Brenda Eveline, and I think she's the only driver who's won here at Michigan. I'll have to go back. Because we only went to Michigan. I'll have to see how many times we went to Michigan back in season 1. All right, here we go. Green flag, we're racing at Michigan. Hang on, I gotta do this real quickly. Get my Oreo stuff out. That way we're good to go. There we go. Mark Underhill will lead the first lap. Someone's dropped off the pace. Oh, William Davis is blown up. The engine has let go on the 75, sorry. And William Davis does not get to complete a lap and now is out of this race. Held up Dylan Ibrahimian, Cody McGorvick, his teammate Quentin Moore, and also Alexander Underwood. That's not good for the 94 team. What they got to hope for is a quick caution to get caught back up. Otherwise, they're going to be in big trouble. Back up front with Mark Underhill leading this race. How far can these cars go on a fuel run? Hi, Frank. How are you, my friend? As we're on 50 laps. So these drivers are going to have to pit, pretty much. If you're asking if Frank, Tatiana, or... I'm good. By the way, your drivers are actually in the next race. This is just the division. This is Group B drivers who are going first. Yeah, this is Group B, by the way. Group A will be next. That'll be the next race you will see. I was supposed to have this race at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time today, but I had to delay it due to the fact that I had to go to the office. So... at least you didn't miss your driver's racing, so that's a good thing. Oh, Chase Brooks had an unscheduled pit stop. Something is wrong with the Black Tire CarQuest Auto Parts Ford, and he has fallen a lap down. That's a tough break for him. It's like Cody McGorvick and company are trying to catch that lead pack. Currently a bit 3 wide here. While this race is underway, I would like to go ahead and take this opportunity, those of you in the chat, to let you know that voting for the Foster Series All-Star Race is open. It's only going to be for the drivers who are running full-time in the Foster Series. There is a straw poll link in the description, so after this race is over, you guys can cast your vote. You can only vote one driver per account for the straw poll to see who will make the All-Star race. So, if you've already voted, I appreciate you guys doing that. And if you haven't, there's the link in the description. And apparently, I don't know why I'm losing subscribers like crazy, because I'm trying to balance, a good schedule for, Oreo Cup Series and all that other stuff, so. And of course, I have my, I got to file some paperwork for Cheddar's here in Yukon tomorrow. Wednesday, want to remind everybody, Wednesday's Foster Series race will be at a 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So those of you like in Europe and all that, that's big happy news for you guys, because you won't miss the race. Of course, that race will be at Rio de Janeiro. If you don't know why it's at Rio de Janeiro, it's because Nashville, the track we were originally supposed to gone to, apparently did not like me as far as setting the grid is concerned, so I had to switch tracks and go to Rio instead. So that'll be our only race outside of North America on the schedule. Of course, Rio de Janeiro, you'll see that later later on this year in the Foster Series. Me cheering, then realizing none of my drivers are in it. Yeah, definitely. And of course, I already did the non-charter race, so you'll probably find out who failed to qualify and all that. But if I have one advice for Chilton, he's going to have to race his way into the All-Star race. As Desiree Voiles in the 72 trying to take the lead from Kelly Boston. If you are all not aware of the news, I've already told this in told this to everybody in the President's chat, but I have not told anybody on YouTube this. I'll go ahead and do this now. While Desiree Voiles and Mark Underhill are battling for the lead. Chilton failed to qualify for Rio. Because I did the non-charter race and Chilton failed to qualify for Rio. But to be fair, it was his first time at the track. In fact, it was the first time the next-gen car has ever raced at Rio de Janeiro. So to be fair, everybody was on a level playing field. So, but Chilton will be in the All-Star race starting at Texas next week. Because him and Michael McInturf are alternating the 54 back and forth for the rest of the season. So you'll find out when his next attempt will be. Because Chilton is attempting not just the All-Star race, but Texas. Yeah, he's running the 54, but it's like a part-time. I'll probably put him in a ride when he's not in the 54, so that way he'll be a full-time in the part-time series. Been rumors I may put him possibly in the... Yeah, I didn't do it at Rio, but like for the second half of the regular season is when I'll start alternating. Because right now he is on the entry list for not just the All-Star race, but he'll be also attempting Texas. So there you go. So yeah. Aaron Hornish, currently the leader. Okay. Yeah. So... yeah. Michael's next start will be at Auto Club, which will be after All-Star Race Weekend and the regular race at Texas. And should note, and I mentioned this in the Foster Series showdown races, and I'll go ahead and mention this for the All-Star Weekend and Texas. If any driver crashes in the showdown / all-star race, they will end up going to a backup car. Yes, you heard that right. Going to a backup car and will have to go to the rear of the field for the points paying event the following week. Because they only brought some spare, they only brought, I think, 4 cars. Like, every team brought 4 cars to Texas. Just to make sure everyone had plenty of cars in case they all need to go to a backup car for any reason. And same thing for the mechanical failure. If you have a mechanical failure during the All-Star race and or the showdown races you'll see next week, you can replace that mechanical problem like an engine or anything like that, but you will have to go to the rear of the field in the group you're in. Because we have 9 one-race deal drivers you'll see at Texas for Foster's. Yes, there's going to be 9. And, of course, they'll be a part of the non-charter group starting at Texas. So that will be interesting to see. Also should note, once I am done with the Oreo and Foster Series season, that's when I will start resuming the Diva Series. The reason I haven't continued that season, and it's on a bit of a hiatus, is because I'm currently, as I said, I got nice motivational belch, but as I was going to say, I got an interview on Friday with the Dodgers at 2:30 Central Time. And with the fact that I'm going to get not just 1 job, but 2, it's going to be a busy schedule. So I'm going to be really busy to the point I don't know when I'm going to get the races out to y'all, but I will do my best to get them out to you as soon as possible. Also should point out, if you... for anyone that doesn't know this, and I'll go ahead and tell you this now. In June, yes, the Oklahoma City Dodgers. It's the AAA affiliation team that I got a job interview this Friday. Not the MLB Dodgers. It's AAA Dodgers that I'm doing, like my local AAA team. So, but as I was going to say, we have a special event coming up in June. And for those who are not aware of, yeah, you thought it was MLB, but it was not. But anyway, this June, for those who are not aware of, and I'll go ahead and mention this, and I'll post this on Facebook. This June will mark 10 years since I created this YouTube channel in what is now the PCSRA Sports and Gaming channel. 10 years. Can you believe that? 10 years I have done this YouTube channel, even though it says 2017, because that was on accident, because I deleted the data because I got suspended for 30 freaking days. Yeah, but 10 years. Thank you. And as celebration, I'm going to host signups for the 10-year anniversary race. We're going to have it on the ICR mod by Armory Digital that they released a couple of years ago. Cool. You're going where?
Got a mailbox.
Okay. As long as you're at the house, we're good.
Yeah.
So, to celebrate the 10-year anniversary, and that will be in June, we will be at... We're going to do it at... 10 years for the YouTube channel. PCSRA celebrating 13 years. Yeah, because I started PCSRA back in 2010. I started my first NR race for PCSRA in 2016. So, 10 years for this channel, 13 years for PCSRA. Can you believe how long? It seems it was like yesterday I announced PCSRA would be coming to YouTube. Boy, how things have changed. So, yes. So we're coming to the halfway mark, and to my surprise, we have not had a caution yet. To my surprise. William Davis. Oh, that's Grandpa CJ. Put it back in the mailbox.
Oh, it's Grafton, right?
Yeah. Grandpa CJ did not change his address. But anyway, Chase Brooks is a lap down. 31 of the 32 drivers are on track and on the lead lap. Chase Brooks is the only one lap down. And William Davis is out of the race due to a mechanical failure. He broke the gearbox on his 75. So that is a very tough break for him. Came in his race 35th in the points. He's going to definitely take a hit in the point standings. Next week, these Oreo Cup Series drivers are going to their first short track race. In fact, the next 3 races are going to be at the short tracks. We're going to the home of the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Oh yes, Thunder Valley. That's going to be a fun race, if you ask me. We're going to go racing at Bristol Motor Speedway, and I can tell you, we're going to have tempers flaring. Oh, boring. Oh, Bristol Motor Speedway, we're going to have tempers flaring, drivers mad at each other. Oh, it's going to be a grand old time at the last great Coliseum. Then the following week, we're going to go to the track we were just at last weekend for the PCSRA. That would be Martinsville, Virginia. And then the track we were just at for Foster's, that would be at Richmond. Then we have Texas, the tricky Triangle of Pocono Raceway, which has really produced some good racing, in particular the Battle of the SRA. And then the first half of the regular season concludes in the bluegrass state of Kentucky. I'm really excited for Kentucky for obvious reasons. Then, of course, we'll have All-Star Race Weekend at Coca-Cola. I should go ahead and throw this out. In case Nashville does not happen, I'm going to send Oreo to Rio. Or no, Rio's actually on the calendar. I'm sorry. I'll find a new track in case Nashville becomes stupid. So we'll have that to look forward to, because right now we are having drivers that have not. Let me see. We're at Michigan. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 races to go until All-Star Race Weekend for Coca-Cola. Armory Digital could be a replacement because, in case y'all don't know, the last time PCSRA ran at Armory Digital was the Truck Series, and, well, let's just say that was a boring race, and I fell asleep commentating. But if I do Armory Digital, I'm going to do the newest version of Armory, is what I'm going to do. So, yeah. Pretty soon we should expect pit stops, because so far we have been calm and clean. And remember, we only have another race to go, which is drivers like Courtney Lynn, Tatiana Guerra, last week's winner, Lucci and Bianchi, which I found an interesting stat. Oh, which version? Was it the newer version of Armory or what? Eric Kaz and Marion Jamestown having a good battle for 15th. Cody Smart going to go underneath the Procore Chevrolet. But yeah, I'm probably going to go to Armory Digital. Yeah, it was the most recent one. If you're talking about the most recent one where they updated the track, like the pavement aging, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Because, like I said, the last time PCSRA ran at Armory Digital, that was in the Truck Series. Neither Monster or Buffalo Wild Wings have ever raced at Armory Digital. Or I can take these drivers to Portland. One of the two. I'll think about it. Either that, or I can take, or actually wait. Now, actually, I can take you guys, actually, we can do a dirt race at Springfield, because that's a track I really enjoy, especially Springfield. And that race really gets good racing. And yes, it's a real dirt track. So if you think I'm doing Bristol dirt, you're wrong. Ebonia Mirmoez still leading this race. Let me look. Last season, Ebonia Mirmoez finished 22nd in the points. She had 6 top 5s, 10 top 10s, 17.83 was her average finish. She unfortunately did not find victory lane last season. So if she goes to victory lane, this would be her first career win in the Oreo Cup Series. In her 40, let me see. How many starts has she made? Ebony. It would be her 42nd start in the Oreo Cup Series. It would have been 43rd if she would have made Daytona. There's Chase Brooks in the 92. Still off the pace. Roberto Crown Jr.'s back here. Let's see where... can't believe this race is becoming a board fest, but... if you remember back in the Monster Energy Series race in... well, I don't think I told you all what happened in 2016 when Monster... when Monster was here. Remember back in the division races where the racing was getting a bit boring? Then pitch strategy all of a sudden came into play, and Xavier Alsop, out of nowhere, scored a upsetted victory here at this track. And that has been Xavier Alsop's only win on this channel to date. Of course, that was when drivers were... that was when it was 70 laps, and we're thinking, oh, these leaders are going to be good to go as far as fuel is concerned. And guess what? Nope. I have no faith they're going to make it 50 laps on a fuel run. The 92 has already been to pit road, so the 92 can make it to the end. But surprisingly, the 92 hasn't lost any ground. It's still one lap down, to my surprise. There's Kyle Sutton. So let's go over the playoff grid for you guys. Of course, Samantha Jones, with her 2 wins, is the #1 seed. Jesse R is 2. Zachary Fitzwater is 3. Lucian Bianchi with his win last week, his first career win. And guess what? It locks him in the All-Star race. So, Frank, you're happy one of your drivers is now into this season's All-Star race. And he's also inside the top 40 in points, which means Lucian Bianchi's win from last week at Rockingham, North Carolina would count towards a spot into this season's chase for the championship. Other drivers who also have a win: Vanellope von Schweetz, she would be number 5. 6 would be 6 will be Kyler Anderson, Sam Davis 7th, and Ashley Burns 8th. Henrietta Fitzwater made her way in the top 40 in the point standing. She would be number 9. So, yeah. Yep, Chilton did really good, if you ask me. And of course, he did good in the Foster Series, so he had a great week last week. That means the 7 drivers that would be in on points: Courtney Lynn, 2nd in points; Reggie Fogelman, 4th in points; Kyle Langland, Nathan Orman, Dylan Ibrahimian, Hannah Percy, and Zachary Taylor would be the last driver to get in via points. But remember, if any of those drivers behind him that go to victory lane, that's another spot taken away. And Abonia Mirmoez, who, if she wins this race, we're going to have to see where this is going to situate her. She was 43rd in points. She came in this race 28 points back of 40th in the standings of CJ Bracken. And she's led from start to finish, so nobody has made a move on the Chevrolet out of Starcom. Ebonia Mirmoez drove for Stuart Haas Racing last season in the number 41 Haas Automation Chevy. So no surprise she's driving a Chevy. And of course she will be leaving after this race weekend. Ebonia Mirmoez is going to be heading to Darlington Raceway to get ready for some racing at Darlington. She, Brenda Eveling, Marion Jamestown, all these drivers are going to head over the Darlington Raceway. Get ready for the Darlington race weekend. You will see that right here on the PCSRA Radio Network beginning on Thursday. We will have ACSRA Coca-Cola Cup Racing coming your way from, I believe they were at Vegas. I think they go to Phoenix. I'll have to double check because I have the schedule on my laptop. That would be their next, that'll be their next race because Foster's, I've already recorded Rio, so Rio will be coming out. I have to upload the 2 showdown races I've already recorded last night. And of course, for those of you that have not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so. Click on the notification so you do not miss the next upload of this channel. And of course, we are 68 away from reaching 300 subscribers. I was hoping these drivers, we would have a caution or two, so that way these drivers would not have to worry about fuel strategy, but since we have been green so far since the start of the race, and the only stack up we had was everybody getting around William Davis and then Chase Brooks, who had an unscheduled pit stop. For the most part, we've been clean green. I have a suspicious feeling we're going to have a yellow before too long in the second race. Tatiana Noguera, I can tell you this. She would love to go to Victory Lane and join her good friend Lucian Bianchi into this season's All-Star race. Same with Maximilian Chilton. So that way, all three of Frank's drivers have been to Victory Lane. And of course, all of them are inside the top 40 in points. Courtney Lynn, by the way, leads the Rookie of the Year standings by 1 point over Jesse R. It looks like we're having pit stops. Yep, pit stops. We got pit stops, ladies and gentlemen. I told you fuel mileage was going to come into play. 3 laps to go. This could shake things up. The problem for Ebonia Mirmo is she's been out in front for the entire race. And she's using up more fuel than everybody was behind her. But now the question is anyone going to risk it? We're coming to 2 to go. Is anybody coming to pit road? Yes, they are. Eboni's going to risk it. Harley Percy will have to pit. Pally will stay out as we have 2 laps to go. Boy, if we have a shocking winner, then there you go. And this is really going to help the 92. White flag. Ebony did not come to pit road. Boy, she's risking this. Does she have enough to make it home? If she comes to pit road, this could really be a shaker. And she's staying out. She risked it all. Ebonia Mirmoez will win race number 1 at Michigan. Oh my goodness. And she's probably out of gas. Yep, she's out of gas. Talk about fuel mileage was going to come into play, whether we were going to have a yellow or not. And Ebonia Mirmoez stretched it on the fuel load, went all 50 laps without a stop. Took the gamble, and it paid off. And since she led the most laps, did this put Ebonia Mirmoez into her very first chase for the championship? Boy, the pit strategies really shook up the finishing results in this one. Ebonia Mirmoez the winner. Cody McGorvick. He was at the rear of the field for most of the race, Comes away with second. Good job to Cody McGorvick. He is the highest finishing rookie. Boy, this is going to really wreak havoc on the points. Chantrera Pali gets third. Great run for that rookie. Haley Percy fourth. Sam Davis fifth. This is going to really help Sam Davis after a win last week at Rockingham, North Carolina. Ellen Benson sixth. Marion Jamestown seventh. Mohammed Zain eighth. Ashley Burns in ninth. And Dylan Ibrahimian complete the top 10. Boy, this is really going to shake up the points, I can tell you that. The rest of your top 15 was Monica Burns, Jesse Art, Roberto Crown Jr., Prudence Martindale, and Alexander Underwood. Brenda Evelyn, Aaron Hornish, Mark Underhill, Kelly Boston, who was up inside the top 10 before the pit stops began, and Kyler Anderson 20th. This is going to hurt Vanellope von Schweetz in 21st. And, of course, she was 17th in points. She was 4th last week after the struggle she had, but unfortunately didn't happen. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, drivers had to come to pit road. Harley Percy finished out of the race, broken brakes on the car. I don't know if she ran in the back of somebody, but whoever she hit, that's not good. Henrietta Fitzwater, 29th. Ooh, that's not good. She just got herself inside the top 40 in points. She could be out. That's really going to be bad. And, of course, William Davis didn't even get to the end of the race because his gearbox blew up towards the end of that race. Boy, what kind of drama did we expect for this one? That was kind of something we didn't expect. I'm going to go ahead and save the freaking results so I don't forget. What are we in store for race 2? We're going to find out right now. But congrats to Ebonia Mirmoez. Her first career win. We'll see where this is going to situate her in the points. And since she led from start to finish, it's an automatic see you later. Excuse me there. So, race 1 was calm. Something tells me race 2 is not going to be calm. On the pole, second in points, Courtney Lynn. That's what I'm hoping for. Zachary Taylor starts last. Points leader, Samantha Jones, all the way at the rear of the field. Driver, start your engines. And I need to take you out. You basically already saw your starting grid. Race 2 drivers rolling out for another 50 laps of racing. The big question is going to be whether we're going to have our first caution of the race weekend, or are we going to end up having check the back, make sure nobody's having troubles. Okay. So it looks like Zachary Taylor didn't have any troubles. Okay. Was checking the back to make sure nobody had troubles. Will we have our first caution of the race, or is it going to be just like our first race, where it goes calm and clean and we have green flag pit stops?
Hey, I got your chocolate syrup for you at sandwich. I know you like that chocolate syrup.
Still the milk wars continue on. See if Courtney Lynn went to victory lane last season. Or no, she did not run last season. I'm sorry. Up, and this is going to be a wave off. Courtney Lynn's got a problem. This is going to be a wave off. Courtney Lynn had a problem, so that was an automatic wave off. We were just doing so damn well until that happened. Damn, we came close to going to the green, and we had to wave off the start. Yeah, there's like a milk war between my roommate Andre and I. Andre likes chocolate. I like strawberry. So it's like the Hershey Milk Wars.
And I had vanilla.
I don't think they have vanilla. They have like Scotch
That's
syrup.
what I like.
Yeah, but they have Scotch syrup over at Brahms. Like, excuse me, why? Green flag for race 2. Hey, there's Bianchi. Bianchi's still in the Sunny D colors this week. I forgot to change his paint scheme. I do apologize to Frank. Oh, we got a wreck. That did not last long. Reggie Fogelman and Jessica Shelton have crashed. That did not take long for the first yellow of the race to come out. Well, that will change the complexion of this race now, doesn't it? All right, let's make sure these drivers learn to slow down. We have not had a caution until now. All right, drivers, remember to slow. Chilton nearly got into Ormy. That would have been close. Ooh, Tatiana did the smart thing, went down the apron, and she's like, I don't want to get involved in this, guys. Oh, there they go. Bianchi's around, got Bradley Ream. And somebody just dragged somebody on the apron. Now you know why Tatiana Noguera avoided that for a reason. Somebody hooked Chilton. All right, first of all, let's see what happened between Shelton and Fogelman. Well, now we know the answer to that question was the first lap, so that makes up for the calm collective race. All right, let's see what happened here. And by the way, I'll say this. That was not Bianchi's fault. He got hooked. Oh, Fogelman got into Tanner Parton, and that's what turned Tanner up into Jessica Shelton. A lot of damage to the rear end of the Kelly Blue Book Chevrolet, and a lot of damage to the 3-car Reggie Fogelman. But then what happened to the 4? Of course, the 4 was minding his own business. All right, who hit the 4? I'm just curious. Yeah, there's, I hate this camera angle switching. There's Tatiana Noguera. She probably thought to herself, yeah, they're going to wreck in front of me, and I'm going to be taking the smart job getting on the apron, which that was a wise move on her part. Tatiana did actually the smart thing. Oh, looks like Kyle Langland and Chilton were roughing each other up, and who hooks Chilton? Oh, Ormy hooked Chilton. That's why Bianchi got spun down into Cement Ozcon. And like I said, that was not Chilton's fault. He got turned. And Bianchi got a piece of Bradley Ream. Yeah. Yeah, see right there. Ormy got into Chilton. That's why Chilton got into Bianchi. Nothing that Bianchi or Chilton did wrong. It was just Ormy just didn't slow down, give room. There's the shot by Bradley Ream. We'll see how much damage that's going to affect him getting up to speed. Looks like Bianchi's damage isn't too bad. I see a little hood buckle on the 12 of Carolina Bradley. I don't know who she ran the back of. Probably a little stack up, and Zachary Fitzwater is going to be the leader going back to green. Yeah, I'm definitely going to say that is on the 24 because, you know, And Chilton somehow is second after all that. I don't think Maximilian Chilton's going to be too happy with Nathan Orman. I don't think the Oreo Cup Series officials will be happy with Orman either. And let's just say this is not the first time Nathan Orman's caused an incident under the yellow flag. If you, yeah, Chilton is second somehow. I wonder if these drivers came to pit road. If that is indeed the case, let me check. Did they come to pit road, or did Chilton just stay out and say, I'm going to risk it? Oh, he did stay out. So Fitzwater, Chilton, Jones, Emily Jones, CJ Bracken, Sean Art, Luke Knight, Ali Liera, Elena Aurora, Courtney Lynn, and Eli Wolf, the top 10. Nobody out of the race. Oscon had to get his damage repaired, so did Shelton and Fogelman. And Nathan Orman will go for a visit in the big Oreo truck after the race is over. And we'll see how bad the damage is going to be on Chilton's cars. We're back to green. I don't know if I see a little hood. I don't know if he's got a little hood buckle on the 4. Let me check the 4. I'm going to check the front of the car. Yeah, you see he's got a little bit of left front damage, but doesn't look like his damage is affecting his car. He's got American steel under that. That's pretty good. But we'll see if they'll probably have to repair it if we end up getting another caution. Yep, Shelton's rear end is basically gone. And Nathan Orman and the incident involving Nathan Orman and Maximilian Chilton will be investigated at the race. But as I was saying, it was not the first time Nathan Orman has caused an incident under the yellow flag. If you remember last week in the Foster Series race at Richmond, he ran into the back of Shane Lake under the yellow flag and actually flipped Shane Lake's car upside down, which you have never seen a flip at a short track like that with the next gen car. So this is not the first time Nathan Orman has caused problems. I'm still curious why Carolina Bradley's got a hood buckle on her Duracell Ford. Maybe that's what we're about to find out in about 3 seconds. Where did that hood buckle come from? Oh, I guess we had a pit lane collision. Oh, Annie Thomas. Annie Thomas ran in the side of Carolina Bradley. Well, that's not going to please the team owner. And Bradley ran in the back of the 20 of Maddie Crenshaw right there. That's where the damage came from on the 20. Oh, caution, or on the 12. Caution's out. Annie Thomas is involved. Second in points, Courtney Lynn's involved. Bianchi's got damage. So does Bradley Ream. What has happened? Monica Towns is involved. We were just too busy looking at a replay. We don't even know what just happened. Kyle Langland's involved. What just happened on the front straightaway? Oh, we had a wreck off of 4. And Courtney Lynn hooked Kyle Langland. Or did, yep, she was in a 4-wide situation with the 80. That was Chloe Erickson. She hooked Monica Towns. Courtney Lynn goes up into the wall. Nathan Orman gets a side swipe from his team owner, Daniel Voiles. Then comes down, gets Bianchi. Oh, Crenshaw got a piece of it. The deuce. She was the one that ran in the side of the Sunny D Ford. Can I confirm that? Did she hit? Let me see if she hit the 24 or did she hit the 17? Yeah, she hit the 17. Probably just couldn't see. Brittany White lightly taps the 17. Oh, 61 got a piece of it. That was Mitchell Hodak. He hit the Los Angeles Angels Ford of Nathan Orman. How did Bradley Ring get a piece of it? This could tell us the tale. Oh, he got sent. Oh, Fogelman and Heller got together and they went up and got into Annie Thomas. By the way, Annie Thomas running the throwback, the David Rudiman throwback. That's how Bradley Ring got the damage. And somebody's up in smoke. Oh, it's Tanner Parton. That's going to end Tanner Parton's day. The first race, we got away with no cautions. This race, not so fortunate. As we're going to go back to green, and oh, Fitzwater's got a problem. And I was getting ready to say, I'm starting to wonder if Maximilian Chilton came to Pit Road to repair his damage, which, if that is indeed the case, let me confirm that. Yep, they did fix the 4 cars. So Chilton did come to Pit Road to repair the damage on his car. So Maximilian Chilton got away lucky, but what a shame for his teammate Zachary Fitzwater. Drivers out after that incident. Only Kyle Langland involved in that big wreck is out of the race, and Tanner Parton is out due to a gearbox failure on the 27. And Kyle was running well in points. That's 5th in points that was involved. Reggie Fogelman, that was 4th in points. But most of all, 2nd in points, Courtney Lynn was involved. She's back in 30th. As we are back to green, the gal that she was trying to run down for the points leader is 18th. That would be Samantha Jones. As Fitzwater had a tire going down. Not a good race for Nathan Orman. There's Samantha Jones, who's being held up by Mitchell Hodak, who made his debut last week. Does she have damage? She might have a little hood damage to the starter Chevy. But she's back here. Looks like Chilton's damage isn't too bad. But they did get the 4 car repaired, so Maximilian Chilton got away with one there. And for Bianchi, who won last week, well, if you're going to have a bad finish, at least you can ill afford it. And Tatiana Guerra has moved her way up to 2nd. Where did the FedEx Toyota come from? She's now trying to run down Ali Liera. Impressive run for Tatiana. Tatiana comes into this race 27th in the points, and she's trying to have a crack at Ali Liera for the lead, and she might get it done. Yes, sirree, new leader, Tatiana Noguera, out of nowhere. Tatiana's been having good finishes in the last couple of weeks, so and now she leads here at Michigan. We talked about Lucci and Bianchi, who went to victory lane. Can Tatiana Noguera go to victory lane for the first time in her Oreo Cup Series career? And she got off that corner off of 4 a lap ago really good and held off CJ Bracken. But here comes the problem. They got to deal with Fitzwater, but Fitzwater is going to be not a problem because he's up to speed. It's going to be drivers like the 19, the 3, the 9, the 24 who are damaged. And, of course, with aerodynamics being important here at Michigan and anywhere else we go to, excluding the short tracks, that's going to really hurt the handling and the aero. See, like the 19, for instance, she is badly damaged, so Monica Towns not the way she want to have a good race. And Kate Anderson, by the way, is now in second. And, of course, Jesse Art ended up finishing in the top 15 in round number 1. And, of course, the good news for her is that the 2 drivers she was trying to run down for the points lead, Samantha Jones, 27th. She was the points leader coming into this race. Courtney Lynn, 21st, came in this race second in the points. So, Jesse Art might have gained some ground on the 2 ladies that she was trying to run down for the points lead. Let's see where her brother is, Sean Art. There he is in 12th. He's right behind Chilton there. And Anna Crenshaw, looks like the damage wasn't too bad on the Blue Moon Deuce. But Chilton, I can tell you this, he got away with one on the first lap after the contact he got from Nathan Orman, which I know Ormy's going to apologize to Maximilian Chilton after this race. So Chilton got away with one. Check up on Lucian Bianchi. I think he's... Looks like Lucian doesn't have a whole lot of damage. Make sure. I think Bianchi may be a little bit off the pace, but he's trying to get around Carolina Bradley, who's got a little bit of hood buckle on her number 12 machine. So move Bianchi up to 21st. Carolina Bradley back to 22nd. What Bianchi's got to hope for is drivers ahead of him that has more trouble. Daniel Voiles in the 26th. Of course, he'll be running a brand new paint scheme next week at our next race for the Oreo Cup Series. That will be at Bristol. He'll be running his Wells Fargo car next week. Zachary Taylor's up here, and we just had a new leader. That would be Kate Anderson. She got around Tatiana Guerra. But they're going to be catching to Zachary Fitzwater, who, interestingly enough, that's the teammate car to the 10 of Kate Anderson, the 4 of Maximilian Chilton, and that, I believe, is it, because Henrietta Fitzwater was in round 1, and she didn't do good in her race, and it could knock her out of the top 40 in points. And of course, Ozcon got involved in an incident through no fault of his own. I don't know who will be the points leader heading into next week. There's Zachary Taylor. There's defending series champ Luke Knight right behind CJ Bracken. Zachary Taylor trying to draft up to his teammate Tatiana Guerra. Of course, they are teammates at Joe Gibbs Racing, the 11 and the 18. And Chilton has made is coming. Maximilian Chilton has made it his way through the top 10 along with Sean Art. Of course, they have a big gap over Daniel Voiles, who's leading that second pack. So, talk about Chilton Looks like the damage he got from that first yellow has not affected the car. They did put tape on it and send him back out, and it looks like the handling has not been a problem for the 4 car. Yeah, we need a Tatiana Chilton 1-2. We're halfway home in race number 2. Hi, Brian.
Hi.
I see Chilton, who's, or not Chilton, excuse me, that was Tatiana, who's right behind Luke Knight. Of course, Luke Knight has a ride this season because remember, he will be in the All-Star race due to a win from last season. How about the rookie Elena Aurora from Spain? She's had a quiet start, having a quiet run in her 3rd start of the year. 1 top 10 to this point. Ali Liera battling CJ Bracken for 2nd. Tatiana Guerra trying to push CJ. And as I got interrupted there, I apologize for that.
Oh, I'll let you know that.
You can tell me after recording. I'm still recording.
Still recording?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, wait till I'm done. Sorry about that. Tatiana Guerra, of course, she's got her teammate Zachary Taylor right behind her, trying to get around CJ. I did this to my roommate because I was trying to say, how's your day at work, Brian? Typical Monday.
Okay.
After he gets his groceries, make sure you shut the door.
I will.
Zach, as I was going to say, if there is one driver who really needs to be careful and not fall outside the top 30 in points in Fosters, it would be this guy, Zachary Taylor. Because Zachary Taylor, according to the Foster series, let me look here at the Foster series. Or actually, yeah, let me look at the last Foster's race I did on this channel. I'm trying to not make sure you don't, because I know who won, I know who won Rio, but I'm not going to spoil it. Zachary Taylor, as of the last race I did, comes into that race like 21st in points. So he's barely inside the top 30 in the points, but he needs to start getting some better finishes or his win in the Foster Series will not count towards the spot in the playoffs. The same I can say go to David Heller, and he's running in 21st. And we had drivers come to pit road. Monica Towns. Well, that's nice of the 19. Being a gracious backmarker, decided, I'm going to let Tatiana Guerra go. What a teammate. And now she holds up her team boss in the PCSRA, Zachary Taylor. So, in addition to being a great teammate to Tatiana Guerra, she decided, oh no, I'm just going to hold up my team owner in the PCSRA. It's Zachary Taylor. So you're nice to one female driver, but you decided to take it out and hold up your team owner in the PCSRA. That's kind of funny, if you ask me. And Noguera has taken the lead from Kate Anderson, but can she hold off Ali Liera? Looks like that will be the case for right now. That will be an interesting conversation over at Indiana Motorsports as far as the PCSRA side of things is concerned between the 19 and the 18, eh? Nathan Orman has gone a lap down. He was being a bit gracious. Who's that up ahead? Okay, that's Fitzwater up ahead. Fitzwater is good to go the rest of the way, but this was not the finish he was hoping for. Yep. And of course, Fitzwater came in this race running very well in the points, so Fitzy could definitely ill afford a bad finish. And Bianchi's up to 20th. Not too bad, I would say, but like I said, at least on the good side for Bianchi, he can definitely ill afford a, as I was saying. For Bianchi, he's got a big cushion to 40th in the standings, which, by the way, was CJ Bracken, who came in this race in that critical 40th position in the points. So CJ Bracken definitely need a good run today. If he were to win, he would get away from that danger zone. Sorry, I had to move my chair up. Tatiana Guerra comes in this race, as I said, 27th in points. She's yet to score her first top 5 of the year. She's only had 2 top 10s so far to this date. But she has not had a top 5 so far. Maybe today could be the day for the young lady that's part of Frank's team. And if she does go to victory lane, it would be her first career win on my channel. It was the first career win for Bianchi on my channel. So could Tatiana Guerra make it lightning strike twice and become the second driver out of Frank's YouTube account to go to victory lane? But there's only one question that still needs to be solved. Will we have fuel strategy come into play?
You're welcome. Yeah, Jim message to me today.
And Tatiana is, like I said, inside the top 40 in points. So a win for Tatiana, she would automatically have a playoff berth as things stand, as long as she stays in the top 40 in the point standings. Gonna check and see. Does Chilton... Let me see if Maximilian Chilton has a top 5. Bianchi has 2 top 5s and 2 top 10s. Chilton has 1. Right now, he's in the top 10 in 6th. And the only one who has not had a top 10, or not top 10, excuse me, top 5, out of the 3 drivers of Frank's, is the driver we're looking at, our race leader, Tatiana Guerra, who's going to put Zachary Fitzwater a lap down. Hopefully Fitzwater will be a gracious back marker to the FedEx Toyota, but that's going to make it interesting. Of course, Zachary Fitzwater, a former champion as far as an owner is concerned in the Monster Energy Series. Tatiana Guerra is a rookie on this channel, and looks like Fitzwater's going to let the FedEx Toyota go. Chilton's up to 5th. Boy, I don't think that damage has really affected the 4 car, as Tatiana has finally gotten around Fitzwater. Bianchi's currently still in 20th. And tough break for Mitchell Hodak, 2 weeks in a row. Gets involved in an incident through no fault of his own. Currently in the 28th position. Of course, remember last week he got ran in the back of by somebody. Got ran the back of Carolina Bradley. And I forgot to send Carolina Bradley to the rear, but that's okay. The officials took care of that for me. And now Zachary Fitzwater trying to get his lap back. Here's the problem. They're going to be catching Mitchell Hodak, and that's the points leader, Samantha Jones. The last thing Tatiana Noguera wants to see is a caution. She does not want to see a caution. Looks like she's going to hold off Fitzwater. Fitzwater was trying to get under the inside of her, but he got a little tight through the center of the corner, so Tatiana Noguera will keep Fitzwater at bay. She's going to try to use Zachary Fitzwater as a pick to catch the lap cars coming up. And I can tell you this is going to be a point shakeup. Courtney Lynn is already starting to gain a little bit more points on the 33. Of course, Tatiana Noguera, who's going to be driving the 11 car next season in the major series, the Trucks, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Monster Energy Series. And I know she's going to have Maximilian Chilton. Chilton, I believe, is going to be driving for... Chilton's going to drive for TriStar Motorsports in the Truck Series next season, as Fitzwater is trying to get his lap back. Because remember, Fitzwater's on fresher tires than Noguera, so... But the problem is, the more they go side by side, the more that's going to allow Kate Anderson to reel in the 11. But you got to also think, you're coming up to also the drivers that were involved in our under that last incident. So we're coming to 5 laps to go. Want to remind everyone, this telecast is presented by the authority of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association and the World Racing Association. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the account's description of this broadcast may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association and the World Racing Association, PCSRA and WRA, rather. I want to thank you, fans, for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Noguera gets around Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzwater's trying to get back, but remember, that's not for position. Fitzwater is a lap down because of that unscheduled pit stop. But the problem for those two is they're catching the lap cars. Down to 4 to go. If we get another caution, that will end the race under the yellow flag. Noguera's going to have to let Fitzwater go because they're going to be coming up to lap traffic fairly soon. Fitzwater's already got around Nathan Orman. And he's already... Whoa, that was a bit close. Nearly got in the side of the Folger Chevrolet of Mitchell Hodak. Looks like Tatiana's going to follow Fitzwater through. Ooh, Mitchell thought he was clear, but didn't realize the 11 was there. So the 11's just going to follow the 14 through. These drivers who are badly damaged. Of course, Bradley Ream's got a hood buckle. That's going to really affect the handling on his car. Oh, Tatiana probably picked the wrong line to go, but she doesn't have a choice. And looks like she's going to try to go underneath of Bradley Ream there. Because Bradley Ream is badly torn up. And it looks like Annie Thomas sees Tatiana, and she said, "Go ahead, Tatiana. I'm not going to hold you up." Ooh, Fitzwater nearly chopped off the 11. Well, I thought Tatiana was going to let Annie, or go by Annie Thomas, but didn't. But that's going to allow Kate Anderson to catch her. By the way, we're coming to the white flag. Tatiana's just got to be patient with these lap cars. White flag in the air. One more lap for Tatiana Guerra. Kate Anderson's going to probably run out of time. I got one more lap car just up ahead, and I believe that's Jessica Shelton they're going to lap. Down the back straightaway for the last time. I think she's going to be okay. The only lady on Frank's team, they're going back-to-back. Tatiana Guerra, her first career Oreo Cup Series win comes at the Irish Hills of Michigan. And has Tatiana Guerra locked herself a spot into this season's Oreo Cup Series chase for the championship. And the second driver from Frank's account who is going to victory lane. This will definitely put her in the top 20 in points. And Tatiana Guerra played it perfectly, had to stay out of trouble, and she gets rewarded with a win in the win column, and that means she's going to be with Bianchi in the All-Star race on top of that. So, fantastic for Tatiana Guerra. Came as race 18th in the Rookie of the Year standings, so she'll definitely move her way through the Rookie of the Year honors. Kate Anderson will settle for second. Ali Liera third. Deja vu again. We had what is it? Female galore on the podium. How about Maximilian Chilton? He was involved in that first incident with Bianchi. Had to repair the damage under the second yellow, and he came rocketing through the field to fourth like he was a star of a bad racing movie and comes away with fourth. So that puts both two of Frank's drivers in the top 5. Zachary Taylor will get 5th. Jared Underhill 6th. Luke Knight 7th. CJ Bracken 8th. Annie Crenshaw, she was involved in that second yellow, came all the way back to finish in 9th. And Elena Aurora comes away with 10th. Then it was Sean Art, Cement Ozcon. Good rebound for Cement Ozcon after the problems he had. Daniel Voiles, Brittany White, Eli Wolf complete the top 15. Then the rest of your top 20 was Chloe Erickson, Emily Jones, Maddie Crenshaw, Courtney Lynn second in points. And Carolina Bradley, Lucian Bianchi comes away with 21st. David Heller and Zachary Fitzwater were the last cars to finish on the lead lap as you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results. Fogelman, Thomas, Jones, Ream, Hodak, Shelton, and Orme finished the lap down. Of course, Nathan Orman probably went to apologize to Chilton for that incident. Monica Towns ended up 2 laps down, and then Tanner Parton and Kyle Langland ended up out of the race. So this is really going to shake up the points heading into next week, because drivers who came in running well in points had troubles. Drivers who needed good runs after a bad result last week, they ended up getting good results. And drivers who've been consistent like Tatiana Guerra and Maximilian Chilton are continuing their good momentum. So we're going to see what this is going to do to the points heading into next week, which next week we are heading to Bristol Motor Speedway. So if Tatiana has a bad run, the good thing for her, she has a crooked number in the win column that would save her as long as she stays in the top 40 in points. Thank you all for joining us for these 2 races. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We've shown your full finisher results. Yep, we'll definitely trust the process. We'll show you your point standings in the Discord heading into next week at Bristol. Until then, I've been DeVol signing off. We appreciate you watching the WRA celebrating their 10-year history in the NR community. And thank you for watching another broadcast of PCSRA TV celebrating 13 years of existence. The best NR racing since 2017. Goodbye from Michigan, everybody.